Hey everyone, this is Hank. I just wanted to make this video mostly for my students, but really for anyone who plays piano and or doesn't, but wants to start improvising and doesn't really know where to start. And totally understandable because it's playing an instrument is hard, and especially something as big as a piano, it can be intimidating to just like start making noise and feel like you're allowed to, and feel like that what you're doing is valid. And I have a lot of students that and even if you don't want to make your own music, or you don't care about like jazz, or you don't even if you don't see yourself being a big improviser, improvising is a really powerful tool for just for practice and just for like enriching your soul and your just piano playing as a whole. So I try to wrap it into lessons with, and I've been starting to wrap it into lessons with a few people, and it's been really fun. So I kind of wanted to just make this video and that I can show people and be like, you can do it, and there's nothing to be afraid of. And also I was just kind of like, I didn't really intend to make this video. I was just I was looking around on YouTube, and there's just so many crappy videos. There's just so many really, really bad videos about improvising and piano, and most of them are just bros like me who are just on YouTube just to flex their knowledge of music theory, and it's the worst. And it's like so I want to make this is totally devoid of music theory. You don't need to know anything about harmony and whatever. Music theory was just invented by a bunch of white people to make the coolest thing in the world, music, and just take all the fun away from it and just make it really gatekeepy and like and just like formulaic. So we don't need music theory. Forget any jargon or whatever that you've seen on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. You can do this without music theory. But I am going to focus heavily on rhythm and improvising in time, and a lot of counting, because starting to play in time right off the bat and practicing things in time is really, really important. And ideas are worth explaining. Ideas like notes and chords and all that stuff, they're worth explaining without time. But if you can't play them in time, then there's no point. And because time is how we communicate with other musicians and like with an audience. So we're going to use this idea of an ostinato, is an Italian word. It just means something that repeats over and over again. So an ostinato is usually like a melody, or like a bass line, something that we're just going to do over and over and over again. So the first, and I just apologize because I'm not good at making videos. I've never done this before. I don't even know if I'm going to edit this. This is going to be real crappy quality. I'm just recording this on Zoom. But the first thing we're going to do is just start with a count in 4/4, counting eighth notes. So I just wrote it out here. So just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're just going to repeat that. 2 and 3 and 4, and right, over and over and over again. So that's how we count eighth notes. If it was just quarter notes, it would just be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But we just stuck these eighth notes in the middle. And then the next step, and you can try this on your own, but follow along with me, is just picking and choosing a couple of these. And I picked 3, and you can just do this totally randomly. I just picked the one on 1, 2, and then the and after 3. So then if we were clapping this, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You see what I mean? So now the next step is to take that rhythm and apply it to some notes. So we're gonna pick random notes. Like I'm gonna do D flat, F, B. And I'm gonna make this sound bad on purpose. So then you can go back and be like, I wanna make it sound good. But we're gonna do just in that order, and we're gonna do it with that rhythm that I showed you. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, makes sense. And then the next step is gonna be taking your right hand and just playing any note on beat 1. And that's the first step, just real simple. Just think of like a whole note. And we're just gonna hold it, maybe just play it short. But we're gonna match up on beat 1. So ready? 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're keeping this ostinato in the left. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then, right, it sounds really bad, but you're doing it correctly. And then the next step, so we can imagine, maybe we can put in the right hand here. We can imagine, what was that? That was G on beat 1. And then on beat 3, let's put another note and just pick a random note. I'll just do D up here. But again, you don't even need to write this down. You can just think about where you want them. So this is on 1, my first note in the right hand, and then my second note is on 4, which is going to happen after the left hand. So we're going to still keep doing that left hand ostinato. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then bring the right hand in. Ready? 2, so beat 1 and beat 4 up here. So ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Make sense? So it sounds super weird, but it's fun. And then you can just you can pick notes that actually sound good, or you can do like the total random thing, and then you can just play around with the beats. Like say you don't want to do it on 1 and 4, maybe you want to do it on the and of 2, you know? And then you can just play around with it and move it around and then try different notes. You could do like, B and D. I don't know, what would that even sound like? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know what I mean? So it's totally up to you. And then the cool thing is you're doing it in time, and you can set a metronome as fast or slow as you want, and challenge yourself to count along with yourself. Like actually say 1 and 2 and 3 out loud. And I think that's really helpful to mark your place. Some cool things about this is that it builds up hand independence, right? So that you can do something in the left hand over and over again, and then be able to do something in the right hand completely different. And then the goal is that you can kind of more freely improvise with the right hand. So like kind of the extreme version of this is like, imagine we have some cool bass line, right? Right? Like the Grandmaster Flash. And then we can just kind of do something in the right hand on top of that. messing it up, but you get the idea. So that's what this is kind of working towards, just like really, but really, really simply, really basically. Okay, the next thing that you can do is just imagine different time structures. So that was 4/4, right? 4 beats per measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we were thinking about eighth notes. But what if we wanted to think of, so eighth notes are dividing by 2, right? Each beat divided by 2. What if we wanted to divide each note by 3? So then that's what we call triplets. And you can kind of think of this any way you want. You can do, the way I count it is usually like this down here. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Some people say triplet, 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 triplet. However you want to. Just as long as you're imagining 4 groups of 3. And then we'll do the same thing, just pick random ones like I did. So I picked B1, and then the 2 and 3 after the 2, and then the 3, and then the 4, 2, 3, right? Skipping the 2. So what would this sound like if we just clapped it? It'd be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then picking random notes, I'll do I don't know. How about just C, D, E, F? Sorry. Yeah, C, D, E, F, E, D, C. So C is the 1, and then D, E, F just going up, and then E, D, C. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I messed up. I totally used the wrong amount of notes. But let's do C, D, E, F. Oh, no, I did it right. Yeah, so this will be F, and then E, D. Okay. 1, 2, so 3, 2, 3, 4, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I messed up, but you get the idea. And then the next step is, again, just playing something on beat 1 with the right hand. So I'll try not to mess that up, but I'm going to start. I'll do 1 measure of the ostinato, and then I'll start just adding a random note on beat 1. Let's do G sharp for fun, right? So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2. I missed it, but keep going. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, dun, 2, dun, dun. You get the idea. And then we can add another note. Let's do it on, so let's see. So that was, we had it on beat 1. So I'll put a quarter note here. Doesn't matter what the note is. And then let's add a quarter note on, let's not do a quarter note. Let's do, I'm going to do, hold on. Copy and paste this here. Get rid of that. And then let's add an eighth note on the 2 after the 3. Like that. So it'll be like together, ready? 3, 2, 3, from the top. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Sounds weird, right? You get the idea though. Okay, and then the next step is to do some things that actually sound good. So The next example I had is something from Latin music and Cuban music, Afro-Cuban music, like salsa music. I am definitely not an expert on Latin music. I learned most of what I know from this book, 101, like 101 Montunos, by Rebeca. I'll put a link in the thing, but anyway, great book. She talks about like the origin of things and the African origin of a lot of these rhythms and where they come from. But this bass line is the most common bass line in salsa music, and it's called the tumbao, Tumbao. She explains, and it kind of looks like this. And this is in the key of C, but our notes are just C, F, G, and then back down, F, C. Now the rhythm is the interesting thing. We don't play this note on beat 1. Since this is repeating, this note is holding out from beat 4 of the previous measure. So if we're just clapping, let's just clap this rhythm. We're not going to start on beat 1. We're starting, the first note that we're going to clap is on the end of 2. And I put this stuff up here just to mark the 8th notes. So we have something on the end of 2. We have something on the 4, nothing on the 1 because it's held out. And then we have something on the end of 2 again, and then the 4. So that's the motif. So let's clap it out. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And now let's put the notes to it. So this is F, G, F, C. Oops. Sorry, I'll edit this out. I have to take this phone call. Hello? Of course it's spam. Okay. So let's add the notes. Ready? So we're gonna start on, let's start on this C on beat 4 from before. Ready? So I'm gonna count from here. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? You get the idea? So now let's add some right hand notes. So let's do something on beat 1. I'll do I don't know, let's make it interesting. Let's do E flat and A together. Why not? So 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You get the idea. Now let's add another note. Let's do let's do and 1 and 2 and let's just do beat 1 and 3 in the right hand. So I'm gonna do something on beat 1. I'll play like a D and then an E maybe. So ready? So 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, sounds weird, right? And this isn't salsa music. We're just stealing the bass line, right? But then the cool thing about this is you're gonna get really comfortable playing this ostinato or whichever one you come up with, and then you can improvise on top of it using just rhythm. It doesn't even matter what the notes are. And if you want to be more, sound like music, sound like Western music or whatever, pick a scale, pick like the major scale, or if you want to be cool, you can pick like the pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, right? Now we're getting into kind of jargon territory, but I just wanted to show you all that you can give yourself structure and improvise and start really, really, really simply. Just like a few notes in the left hand, repeating, starting with just one note in the right hand on beat one, and then just go from there and just be creative. And sorry, this was a long video. I just wanted to kind of get this down for students who ask and who want to start improvising but don't really know where to start, because there weren't a ton of resources online that I found. There was some good videos that gave me the idea. If you haven't checked her out, check out Nahre Sol. She's got some cool videos. Her name is spelled Nahra and then Sol. And she had a cool video on talking about improvising as a tool for practicing classical music. So let's say you had like a really difficult passage in like a Chopin piece or something. You like do it, if it's like, say the right hand is the challenging thing, you do it and then you improvise something in the left just to make it kind of more interesting. But she's got some cool ideas. But I didn't see a video like this where it's just like really, really basic. And I think this is really important to practice because I think rhythm isn't it's not really taught a lot in early education. We in our culture, we just kind of we teach tones pretty early. We teach like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and like that kind of stuff. And we kind of forget about rhythm because it's kind of hard to explain, but not really if you think about it. And it's just fun, and it's the most important thing. And so I encourage everyone to try this out and just be creative, and let me know if you have questions or if you have more ideas. This is definitely like a topic that's worth exploring a lot more. So thanks for listening and have fun. Bye.